All right, we live. We are live here on YouTube. We are going to talk about Bleacher Reports top 100 list, and it's ridiculous. I don't even know where to begin. I'm probably just going to start with who's not on the list, who should be on the list, and then talk about some rankings and where it's just completely off at. So we can get started in a second. I'm just going to pull up and share my screen, and then we'll go through it. Let's see if we can get some people in the chat. Let's see what's going on. See if we can get some people on. It's the first time on YouTube Live. Let's figure it out. We rolling. So I hope you guys can see my screen. I want to make sure I got this right. Okay, here we go. Now let's go with who's not on the list, right? I'm going to search a name. Search a name here. Let's search for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Nowhere to be found. Not on the list. But let's see whose name is here. I think we see Luka Doncic here, okay? So we got Luka here, but no Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. One of his picture. Number 57, Luka Doncic. How is it possible that Luka Doncic is in the top 100 players of all time, yet Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who is number one, a league MVP, a finals MVP, first team All-NBA, and then wins the championship in one season, but he's not one of the 100 best players of all time. Yet you have a bunch of players listed here, who have not achieved half of that. Heartbreak Kid, do we have Drake lawsuit updates? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm going to have that on my TikTok and on YouTube. Soon as I'm done talking about this list, give me a few. Let me get through this, and then we'll talk about the Drake lawsuit update. I got you, bro. I got you. So I want to know how that's possible. And I think when it comes to the media, there's a lot of stuff that just goes about who's the media's favorite versus who are really the players who are the best in the world. Now, I think Luka's definitely a top 100 player, but how is it possible that you can have Luka listed and not Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? And then we can talk about Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, NBA champion, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Been to the Eastern Conference Finals a number of times since he's been in the league. Has been an active and dominant player since he was a sophomore. But he's not on the list. Jason Tatum is a better individual player than a bunch of guys listed. So again, look at the modern game. How are we not including these guys? It's completely disrespectful. This is how Tatum felt in the Olympics. And now it's in front of the world to see again. Now let's get to the top 10, and then, we could talk some Drake stuff because we do have some Drake comments in the chat. Let's go to the top 10 here. And I already talked about this on TikTok because I'm actually going to start at number 11. So let's go down. Actually, I could just go. Let's search Kobe Bryant. Bryant at number 11 is disgustingly disrespectful to him and to his legacy and to the entire Lakers franchise. Kobe Bryant is a 5-time NBA champion, 2-time finals MVP, the closest thing that we have seen to Michael Jordan, who they say is the best player ever. So how is the closest thing to the best player ever not on this list? Not in the top 10 on this list. But we have Wilt Chamberlain here. Wilt Chamberlain, whose era was dominated by Bill Russell, is a top 10 player of all time, but Kobe Bryant is not. And this is no disrespect to Larry, no disrespect to Wilt, no disrespect to any of those guys. No disrespect. But there's no reason why they're still in the top 10. They should be in their own category. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell should be in their own category. Do you know why? The era they played in is not even the modern game of basketball. They should be in the NBA pioneer list. There was no three-point line. Can you imagine if you took the three-point line out of the NBA today? Do you think the game would look even close to the same thing? No, it would not. There were 8 teams in the NBA when they played. 8 teams. 8 teams. There are 30 teams today. So they're not even playing against the level of competition. So to make it to the NBA Finals, you have to win 1 or 2 playoff series. How are we comparing them to the modern players who play the game that we know and love today? You can't do it. It's not fair. So stop including them in the list. Let them have their own tier and category of where they fall. NBA pioneers. Leave them there. The free throw line. Wilt was dunking from the free throw line, goaltending every time he wanted to. No 3 seconds. If you just go back and watch the film, you can say, all right, he was dominant for the era he played in, but this is not the same game of basketball. It's just not the same thing. So to say Kobe Bryant, who has some of the best footwork of all time, who's the best tough shot maker of all time, who's one of the best mentally focused player of all time, is not a top 10 player is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Steph Curry didn't do enough to be top 5. He's at the right spot. So they got Steph at number 10. And this is my favorite argument of all time. My favorite argument of all time. They say Steph is top 10, but he's not top 5 and he's not top 3. This is why we have to say Steph has done